Hello, this is Steve from Retroman Blog, and welcome to episode 41 of Retrosonic Podcast. Well, it's hard to believe that this will be the fourth non-retro Retrosonic, packed full of all new music, that I've managed to release since the initial lockdown began back in March. There might not have been many gigs, events, exhibitions or parties to report on, but there's certainly been some superb new records released this year, that's for sure. And I've got nothing but the utmost respect for all the bands, artists and record labels that, despite the odds, have made 2020 almost bearable. And I hope that this and episodes 38, 39 and 40 go some way to showing our appreciation, and I sincerely hope that you'll show your support too by investing in some of this fantastic new music. And talking of which, here's, this could surely be a contender for the next James Bond theme. This is Groovy Uncle and the title track from their great new album, The Man Who Calls the Shots.
Are burned, laughs when he's alone. He hides in the cracks and turns every heart to stone. He'll take all you have to give, everything you've got. You wake up to find you're with the man who calls the shots.
And that was Groovy Uncle, and that features Miss Modus on lead vocals with the title track of their latest album, The Man Who Calls the Shots. And that features in the top 10 of Retroman Blog's top albums of the year. I know it's a bit difficult in the circumstances to sort of pick, the best of, it's a bit churlish, but hey, I'm a music fan and I do love my list. So head on over to retromanblog.com and I've put together a little list of my top 20 albums and top 20 singles of the year. And if you don't agree with them or there's anything missing, then just write in and let me know. Or you could always start your own blog and podcast. If I can do it, anybody can. And next up is a track from our album of the year. Yeah, it's a difficult choice. There was Fleur's self-titled debut, and then a late addition to the mix with Gunquit's fabulous Why Haven't You Watered the Plants? But in the end I plumped for Divine Accidents by 5 Billion in Diamonds. And here's a single taken from the album. This features Ebbot from the soundtrack of our lives on lead vocals. This is 5 Billion in Diamonds and the brilliant Weight of the World.
Disciples sorted fairy tale. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. It rains on me. I need to swallow my pills, 'cause I'm losing control. The weight of the world, the weight of the world. It rains on me, rains on me. The madness is hard to absorb. The things I've done are so consequential, they drain on me.
And that was 5 Billion in Diamonds with Weight of the World. That's a single taken from our album of the year, Divine Accidents. Regular readers of the blog will know that we've featured 5 Billion in Diamonds before. Divine Accidents is actually their second album, and the band is it's more of a transatlantic alliance really, formed by the Nirvana L7 Green Day producer and obviously the Garbage drummer Butch Vig, the Bristol-based producer Andy Jenks, and DJ James Grillo. And they've gathered together lots of their musical pals, including Ebbot, as we heard there, David Shelsel from the Ocean Blue, James Bagshaw from Temples, singer Helen White, and they've got Damon Reese and Sean Cook from Spiritualized, and Alex Lee from Suede and the Blue Aeroplanes, amongst many others. And with a nice little touch of synchronicity, one of the special guests on the album is Damien O'Neill of the Undertones, who actually features on our single of the year by Baby Shakes. Well, he not only features on it, but it's a cover version of one of his solo songs. And here it is. This is Baby Shakes and our single of the year, Sweet and Sour. That was a fabulous New York-based power pop punk band Baby Shakes and their version of the Damien O'Neill song Sweet and Sour. And that takes pride of place at number 1 of Retroman Blog's Pick of the Year's Perfect Pandemic Pop chart. Well, Sweet and Sour is out now on Damien and Brian O'Neill's label Dimple Discs on lovely coloured vinyl, and the other side features Baby Shakes' version of the old Undertones B-side Really Really. Well, I mentioned that Damien features on the record, and he's joined by his colleague in the Undertones, drummer Billy Doherty, who also produced the single. And in fact, to coincide with the release of the record, we've got 2 very special episodes of Retrosonic Podcast available for you now. Firstly, I spoke to Damien, and he talks about working with Baby Shakes and also with 5 Billion in Diamonds, and we get an update on some of his other projects as well. And then we hear Baby Shake's side of the story. That's where I talk to Mary, Claudia and Judy of the band, and they tell us about how they met the Undertones and got to work with Billy and Damien on the Sweet and Sour single. And it's a great episode, as not only do we get a potted history of Baby Shakes and a pick of some of their back catalogue, but the girls also treat us to some of their favourite songs, influences and inspirations along the way. And you can listen, download or stream the whole Retrosonic archive at our SoundCloud site. We're at Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts or iTunes. And the good news is that all the episodes are now available on Spotify. And while you're there, you might like to check out the special Lockdown Lowdown series. These are dedicated episodes where I speak to some of my favourite musicians and DJs. That's a kind of desert island disc soundtrack of their lives kind of thing. There are 12 episodes in total now, and they feature Damien and Baby Shakes, as we've just discussed. Then we have Damien's colleague in That Petrol Emotion and The Everlasting Year, Raymond Gorman. And we've got Buddy Ascot of The Chords and The Fallen Leaves, Ian Person of The Soundtrack of Our Lives, DJ Jower Jones from Juanita Music, Ian Greensmith of The Dentist and Armitage Shanks. Then there's Mike and Elsa from the Jack Cades, Duncan Reid of The Boys, and Lee Hegarty of Ruts DC. And then there are 2 specials with Alan Crockford and Viv Bonsells celebrating 10 years of the Galileo 7. Anyway, they're a lot of fun to do, and I'd like to say a huge thank you to all those involved. And judging from the great response, and the fact that the lockdown is due to continue for a while longer, I may well continue with some more episodes in the new year. And I've certainly got a lot of very interesting special guests on the waitlist. Anyway, so please subscribe to Retrosonic Podcast at all the places I've just mentioned, or you can check out Retroman blog and keep updated via email newsletter on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram, so you don't miss out on any of the news. Anyway, enough chat, let's get back to the music. And here's 2 new tracks from 2 of our favourite bands. We're going to hear Brazil's Autoramas and a track from one of our favourite singles of the year. We're going to hear Bonico from their EP Carinha Trista. But first of all, here's a song from one of our top albums of the year, Why Haven't You Watered the Plants? This is O Gunquit and Attack of the Killer Cranes. And that was the Autoramas with Boneco from their fantastic EP, Carina Triste. And then before that we heard Gunquit and a track from their brilliant new album, Why Haven't You Watered the Plants? And that was Attack of the Killer Cranes. And we just had a blast from the past. It's the long-awaited return of our old friends the Len Price 3 and the news of their brand new EP, The Strood Recording Company. We've just put a feature on Retroman blog with a video to one of the new songs called Noddy Goes to the Pentagon, and there are details in the feature on how to order the record. But anyway, here's another track from this EP. This is the Len Price 3 and Weekend Hippies.
Because that's what you do. Now you're down on your hands and knees in a filthy Portaloo. Here they come, the weekend hippies. Here they come, the weekend hippies. Here they come. You danced in rubber boots, drank in the sun, meditated in the healing field and said that we were one. A Monday morning comes and you go back to work. There's no more peace and love, cause you treat people like dirt. Here they come, the weekend hippies. Here they come, the weekend hippies. Here they come. Here they come, the weekend hippies. Here they come, the weekend hippies. Here they come.
And next up we've got two perfect examples of fuzzed up garage rock. We'll hear the Ace and Nosferatu Seduction, but before that here's the aptly named In-Fuzzed and Lost Time Rock and Roll.
Come on, baby, let's go down to some place that you don't know. It's kind of crazy. People that have come for the latest show. Here we are, screaming loud and beating with heart and soul. Music's playing all night long, some lost time rock and roll. Take it on easy.
Wow, that was some pretty fuzztastic stuff there. We heard the Ace, who were a band that we featured way back in episode 11 of Retrosonic Podcast, and that was their new song Nosferatu Seduction. And then before that we heard the In-Fuzzed from Perpignan in France, and that was Lost Time Rock and Roll, and that's a brand new 7-inch vinyl single, which is the first release on the new Satellite of Love records. And the label is run by Renaud Picard, and he's in the Liminanas and Lepe, but he was also in the brilliant bands Crank and Hair and the Otters. In fact, I'd recommend, if you like the Liminanas, to have a listen to our special episode, Songs the Liminanas Taught Us, which looks at the history of the band and their many and varied side projects and influences, and it includes a look at the Perpignan garage rock scene. And we certainly look forward to what Satellite of Love Records will bring us in the future. And that was a fantastic Jetstream Pony. And if the band weren't content enough to have provided us with one of our favourite albums of the year, then they also released that killer single, If Not Now When, courtesy of our good friends at the Spin Out Nuggets label. And next up we'll hear a track from the Washington DC based band the Dupont Circles. I received a CD in the post from Michael Bennett in the band, and the album is called In Search of the Family Gradunza. And here's a great track from it. This sort of kind of reminds me of early R.E.M. See what you think. This is the Dupont Circles and Everywhere Girl. and some members of three of our long-time favourite bands have come up with some interesting electronica side projects recently. Firstly, my original podcast colleague and the man responsible for the Retrosonic theme tune, Adam Donovan, has teamed up with his colleague in the Jetsonic, Sam Day, to form Keller Machine. And they've been drip-feeding us some great new songs recently, and we'll hear the latest from them called The Sync. But before that, we'll hear a song from OHMS, which is another duo, this time formed by Paul Osborne of Supermink 70 and Ken Halsey from the Past Tense. And they've just released their second album, Horizon Lines, and here's the title track.
Used to be a cool and effortless friend to me. Now it sits on the horizon line and says it's only a matter of time. It whispers, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? The future wasn't ever our enemy. Dreamers dreaming new possibilities. Now it sits on the horizon line and tells you time will get you time after time. It says it's time to wake up and do something with the rest of your life. Take a good long look at your life. Take another to be. Let's sail away on a ship called eternity. Now it sits on the horizon line and says remember all those beautiful times. It says what are you going to do with the rest of your life? Now it sits on the horizon line and tells you time will get you time after time. It says it's time to wake up and do something with the rest of your life. Now it sits on the horizon line and says it's only a matter of time. It whispers what are you going to do with the rest of your life?
And that was Keller Machine and The Sink. And before that we heard OHMS and the title track of their great new album Horizon Lines. So despite the lack of gigs and events to report on, and also being really busy with Retrosonic Podcast, I haven't quite neglected Retroman blog. In fact, you'll find features, including one on sort of a guided tour of the Stranglers related locations in and around of their adopted hometown of Guildford. It was a lot of fun checking out places such as the old Shelford Scout Hut, Jet's old off-licence, the Star Inn, and of course Chiddingfold. Then there are in-depth reviews of the new album by 8 Rounds Rapid, and the new Boys box set, The Boys on Safari. There's also features on 2 of my favourite music books to be published this year. Both of them were autobiographies. Firstly, there was Alvin Gibbs' superb Diminished Responsibility, My Life as a UK Sub and Other Strange Stories, and then the must-read Remain in Love by Chris France of the Talking Heads. Chris has a quite remarkable memory, and he vividly sort of conjures up images of what it was like in the Talking Heads and Tom Tom Club. And in particular, the chapters on the band's early days in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, playing CBGBs and then touring Europe with the Ramones, really are something special. And if you check out the feature at Retroman blog, you'll find some fantastic early photos of the Talking Heads and Tom Tom Club, kindly contributed by my Retroman blog colleague, the rock photographer Paul Slattery. I'm also indebted to my regular contributors, Amy KB and Miss Sheringham Boom, and I'd like to thank them for all their excellent writing, their reviews, features and interviews over this past year. In fact, Miss Sheringham Boom's latest review was of the debut album by the Nettelles, Do You Believe In? And here's a track from it. This is the Nettelles and You Lied to Me Before. And that was the Nettelles and You Lied to Me Before, and that's from their album Do You Believe In, which is out now on Back to Beat Records. The band features Saskia Holling from Sally Skull and Lord Rochester, Catriona Donaldson and Angus McPake from the Thanes and Leboeuf. It was produced by Russ Wilkins, and the fantastic cover art is by his old Milkshakes colleague Bruce Brand. That really is a great album, but the sad news is that unfortunately the band's co-founder and songwriter Claire Scrivener passed away in August. And proceeds from the album will go towards Macmillan Cancer Support and the Girls' Rock School in Edinburgh, and links to both of these can be found in Miss Sheringham Boom's review up at retromanblog.com.
The eyes of Angel Blake
rise to me. The eyes of Angel Blake, shaking my bones awake. The eyes of Angel Blake, like the midmark of a head snake.
And that was the No Escape and a great track called The Eyes of Angel Blake. The No Escape are a new project from Mark Mortimer of DC Fontana and the guitarist and producer Donald Ross Skinner, who no doubt will be familiar to fans of Julian Cope like myself. And they've been working with a variety of special guests, and we certainly look forward to hearing some more releases from them in the future. Well, we mentioned earlier Damien O'Neill's record label, Dimple Discs, which he runs with his friend Brian O'Neill, and they released the new Baby Shake single, Sweet and Sour, and also Damien's solo album that he released under the name of The Monotones, called Refit, Revise, Reprise. Well, the label's certainly been busy, and we're going to hear 2 tracks from 2 more of their releases this year. We'll have Lights Behind the Eyes from the new Dragon Welding LP of the same name, and this is an instrumental album, and it's from Andrew Golding of the old C86 indie band The Wolfhounds. But first of all, we'll have a song from the new album by Eileen Gogan and The Instructions, and this record features contributions from Damien O'Neill, Cathal Coughlin from the Fatima Mansions and Micro Disney, and Sean O'Hagan, also from Micro Disney and the High Llamas. And the album's called Under Moving Skies, and this is the fantastic More Time.
Surprise, you've no future now, it's bona fide. There were no regrets, no compromise, just the minute to minute fight to stay alive. And I always thought too late. Were there enough hours left to resolve the hate? All that went between you was unheard. It was always you who read her unsaid words. And I always thought in time and no one has a key. As the shore will breathe a message to the sea, we'll know when to go and how to leave. And I always thought we'd have more time, we'd have more time. I always thought we'd have more time, we'd have more time.
Well, you heard two great new releases from the Dimple Discs label. That was Lights Behind the Eyes from the Wolfhounds' Andrew Golding's new project, Dragon Welding. And then before that we had the fabulous voice of Eileen Gogan and More Time from her album Under Moving Skies. Well, there's not a day that goes by that we don't miss the soundtrack of our lives, our favourite Swedish psych rockers, and one of the inspirations behind the Retroman blog. But the former members have been keeping busy as always. We've already heard the band's frontman Ebbot Lundberg and his contribution to the new 5 Billion in Diamonds album, and here's a little medley of new music from 3 of his old bandmates. So we'll have a track from Martin Hederos' new jazz album with the Hederosgruppen. Then we'll hear the theme tune to a new Nordic noir drama, Jakten på en mördare, or Hunt for a Killer by Mattias Barjed. And then we'll end up with a superb new single, Forever, from Ian Person. So here we go. Fantastic. That was Ian Person and his new single Forever, which we previewed in our special Lockdown Lowdown episode with Ian, where he was talking about his musical career and picking out some of his favourite songs, and that's definitely well worth a listen. Before that, we heard the theme to Jakten på den mördade, or Hunt for a Killer, which is probably a little bit easier to say, and that's by Mattias Barjed. That's a new Swedish crime drama from the director Mikael Marsiman, who Mattias has worked with before on the movies Call Girl and Gentleman, and the brilliant series Up Till Camp. And Mattias is carving out a name for himself as a respected composer, but don't worry, he can still rock out, especially as he's now in the lineup of Swedish hardcore punk legends Refused. Then we started off the section with Martin Hederos' new album, Storsträckt, and that's under the name of Hederosgruppen with the tune Protokoll för Bohemia. And Martin's been releasing piano music and working with other artists such as Armbrunn. And that little medley is dedicated to my pal Hans Lander over in Sweden for all his hard work helping out the various ex-members of Soundtrack of Our Lives with their websites and social media. Right, next up we're going to have another 3-song medley of new releases, and we're going to have The Human Toys and Dirt Royal, but first of all here's Jonny Magus and The Bursting Bubbles and Melody Delight.
Melody Delight, she's alright. Melody Delight, she sets my world alight. Melody Delight, she's alright. Melody Delight, she sets my world alight. Oh, oh, oh. Melody Delight, she's alright. She's the coolest kitty cat in town. When she purrs, the boys gather round. She likes to slink from bar to bar. She's a real superstar. She's smooth, she's hot. She
we just heard the fantastic Human Toys with He Said Yeah from their album Spin to Win. And then before that was a new track by Dirt Royal, and that's Lose Our Way, taken from their new album Great Expectations. And then we kicked off that little section with Melody Delight from Jonny Magus and the Bursting Bubbles. And in fact, Jonny is also in the Ace, who we heard a little bit earlier on in this episode. Well, here's a blast from the past as I received some news of a brand new EP by the Folk Devils. Now, I remember seeing them in the mid-80s, in places like the Hammersmith Clarendon and the Lyceum, and they were around the same time as bands like the Membranes, Inca Babies and Gallon Drunk. And I remember a great record that they had out called Hank Turns Blue. Well, as I said, they're back with a new EP. It's on Optic Nerve Records, it's called Forever, and here's the title track.
Nasty taste of life gone wrong will wash itself
And that was the Folk Devils and the title track of their brand new EP Forever. Well, thanks for listening everybody. I do hope you've enjoyed this selection of all new music as much as I have. And please head on over to retromanblog.com where I'll put a feature with links to all the bands and a full track listing. I'll also put up my favourite albums and singles of the year, so please check them out and see if you agree with my choices. And I'd just like to say a huge thank you once again to all the contributors to the blog and podcast over the year, and of course you for all your support. And please do investigate all the bands and artists further and give them as much support as you can in these difficult times. And so to play us out, and in keeping with the seasonal spirit, we've actually got a brand new Christmas single. Yeah, it's from Spizzenergi and it's called Christmas in Denmark Street. And it's his tribute to Tin Pan Alley and the much missed 12 Bar Club. Ah, nice one, Spiz. Anyway, have a nice Christmas, everybody. And let's hope for a much brighter 2021. Cheers.
I wish I was back in Denmark Street, the way it used to be. The day before Christmas. It's gonna be shiny but grey. The place has had its soul ripped away. We've lost our most magical of times. The seasonal lights and where they used to shine. Now ghosts haunt where the bands used to play. Only in my memory wish I was back in Denmark Street, the way it used to be. The day before